I'd love to tell you that it was a kind of, as rewarding as its premise, which is a kind of update of the popular sci-fi franchise. You remember when the first Men in Black came out? This was so long ago, you and I were at Radio 1, and I remember really clearly going to a screening in what was then, was it Columbia? Not Columbia,
we
the place.
Columbia.
No, Columbia.
It's me.
Columbia, the distributor. No, it was UIP. It was United International. It was UIP. And I think it was, maybe I'm wrong, maybe
It's
it was
a bit niche.
whatever.
Yes.
It's a bit niche. So he went to see it, and it wasn't quite finished, and nobody knew anything about it, but it was coming out in a few weeks' time. And it was terrific. It was smart and funny and sharp and had great jokes in it. And it's directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who, of course, actually there's a connection between Barry Sonnenfeld and Sam Raimi and the Coen brothers. They're all from that same filmmaking sump. And it was really, really great. And so now we get a belated fourth installment in which Tessa Thompson's Molly, who as a child has an alien encounter, but nobody believes her, because who would believe a child said they met an alien, spends her life yearning to be in the Men in Black, and through various plot contortions actually ends up meeting Emma Thompson's Agent O, who says, this isn't how it works. You don't interview, we recruit people, we select people. She says, fine, well, select me. And she manages to convince Emma Thompson that she is indeed exactly the right person for Men in Black. And there's the conversation about Men in Black. And Emma Thompson, yeah, don't start. I've had the conversation. They've got attachment issues to it. So she's then teamed up with Chris Hemsworth's Agent H, who famously saved the world with Liam Neeson's high tea. Because he's tall.
High tea.
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 High tea.
Tall can.
Tall.
Lemonade.
Tea.
That's the one.
Exactly. So they become embroiled in a caper which involves alien forces and old loves and the most powerful weapon in the universe, and also includes Kamal Nanjiani's Pawnee, who is a sort of living chess piece looking for a queen.
What happened here?
We had the best party. Kanye showed up and dropped like a whole new album.
Look around! We got our asses kicked! My queen!
I'll never serve another. I must end my own life in the most painful way possible.
I don't think that she would want you to,
Who are you to know what a queen would or wouldn't want? Are you a queen?
Well, to the extent that all women are, yes. But no. I'm not a queen.
You know what she is, though, is an agent.
Is that a title?
It is a title.
But maybe the best way to honor the dead is to go on living.
Yes.
I pledge loyalty eternal to you, Agent M.
No. I'm not interested in a subject.
Too late. It's done. I already pledged the loyalty. I wish you'd said no before. And if you should die before I promise to end my own life
in the most painful way possible.
Yeah, I don't like you.
You know that Marmite clip, which made me want to go and see the film?
Well,
that's the opposite.
Here's the thing. That's the funniest thing in the film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Nanjiani is actually all the way through the thing that got the chuckles and got the thing. It was pretty consistently that character. And I actually thought his character was funny. A tiny little, thing that then sits on her shoulder and, kind of like Jiminy Cricket kind of character. The problem is that the rest of it is just terribly perfunctory. It's not terrible. I've read some reviews saying terrible. What's terrible is that it's just terribly perfunctory and ordinary. And it's tempting to blame F. Gary Gray, who's taken over the directing. And they've tried to sort of, shake up the mix a little bit and turn it into something different. But then you remember, and this is why I was checking out earlier on, you remember that Men in Black was great. Men in Black 2 was terrible. And Men in Black 3 was meh. And so it's not even like, when this is all being looked after by the person who started it all, that they can manage to do it and it's going to be brilliant. The fact of the matter is that none of the sequels have been anything like as good as the original. The second one was definitely the worst. The third one was, so it may well be that the Men in Black series just goes down in history as the first one was fine, and after that it's kind of Jaws. It's, the sequels are all variously all over the place. And the shame of it is, Emma Thompson's in it, and I really like Emma Thompson, and she does have a couple of funny lines, and I think Tessa Thompson is quite good in the central, but it felt an awful lot like we're just going to throw a bunch of stuff at the screen and some of it will stick and some of it won't, but it'll be quite loud and flashy and bangy, and so nobody will notice when it doesn't. And it did feel terribly, terribly perfunctory. I don't doubt for 1 minute that some people will go and see it and have a kind of passingly entertaining moment, not least because of Kamala Jenny, who I do think is funny. And actually, I thought listening to that clip that did make me laugh. But on the basis of your response to that clip, avoid this like the plague. Because if that didn't get you, nothing else is going to.